My name is Joseph Mazor. I was PPE class of 2002 at the University of Pennsylvania. I am currently a postdoctoral research fellow at the Center for Human Values at Princeton University. I started out actually in Wharton, but I decided to also add on a PPE major after taking a philosophy of law class and being really interested in what is it about a law that makes it just, and how do we think about enforcing laws. And so I just got into it, and I took some courses and I was hooked. But my favorite class I think was a course I took that was just called Justice. But when I took it, it actually turned out to be justice in women's issues and gender. I would never have taken the course if it was called that, because I just didn't think it was that important. But since I was already enrolled and my schedule was set, I didn't switch out of the course, and I actually learned an enormous amount of it. So I chose to go into academics because when I was writing my papers, I felt like I had more to say, basically. I had more topics that I really wanted to write about that I didn't get a chance to. And also, these were questions that I just found gripping. You know, what is justice? How to be fair in certain situations? You know, these questions I thought were the most important questions, and we don't have good answers to them yet. So there's just a lot of good work to be done. I mean, we've been studying these questions for thousands of years, and we still haven't figured it out. So in terms of what I do, I basically do PPE. I study distributive justice, but that's my profession, and so PPE was an enormously useful preparation for that. Basically introducing me to the basic texts that I use. And I think having an interdisciplinary background is really useful. Particularly in political philosophy and philosophy, they actually really look for people with this kind of broad background. Having this kind of interdisciplinary background will make you a really good candidate. I wrote my dissertation at Harvard on property rights and natural resources. Here at Princeton, I'm continuing to work on that project, trying to turn that dissertation into a book. I'm also working on a project on deliberative democracy and a project on media ethics. I'm standing in front of Firestone Library at Princeton University. This is where I come to get a lot of my books. One day I hope to actually have my books in Firestone and at Van Pelt, of course, and at libraries across the country, and thereby continue the scholarly conversation with undergrads and also with other scholars. And one of my hopes is that my research will actually help policymakers design better environmental policies, better welfare policies in general. I'm actually here in my office, and this is where I come in every day and do work. Basically, I write papers for a living. That's basically what I do. And I'm not teaching this year, but in the future, I hope to also teach.